The last section we're going to review is the predictor outward self. And the predictor outward self gets developed by taking the data that was in the basic natural self, then looking at the behavioral adjustments in the second section, and reflecting how the personality has changed. It is not a direct mathematical equation. It is not A plus B equals C. Some cases you will see that it will appear to be a mathematical equation, but it has been done by a much more sophisticated psychometric interviewing process. And I want you to just consider one trait, and that is the patience trait. You might be an impatient person and try very hard to be more patient. That doesn't necessarily mean that the world will see you as being more patient. They might, and they might not. And that's true of every other trait as well. You may be very high in dominance, you may be pulling your dominance down, but the world may still see you as a very assertive place and a very assertive person. So recognize that and understand it. The layout is exactly the same as section 1. You've got dominance, extroversion, pace, and conformity. You've got the logic trait, which is your fact-feeling orientation. You have your energy style, and you have the overall energy level. And so the layout is the same. If you know how to read section 1, you clearly know how to read the green section, or the predictor outward self. And one of the reasons we have the data sheet is because a picture does say 1,000 words. And you can look at this and understand how similar or different a person comes across. And this is the critical information that's on the data sheet. Because if you look at my predictor outward self, you can see, perhaps as a result of trying to be more patient, that I come across as being more patient. And so for people that just get to see me in maybe small doses, like maybe you're watching this video, I may come across as a reasonably patient individual. But every human being under stress reverts to this section. We all under stress revert to our basic natural self. So for you to understand me, or anybody, yourself, any profile that you're looking at, you need to be able to relate to what you see and understand how similar what you see is to what the actual person is. And in my case, the profile is pretty consistent. The traits pretty much line up the same way. The one adjustment is patience is low here, and it's a bit higher here. That's the reason for the data sheet. It's to provide you with a shorthand, once you know how to read, can help you gain a far greater insight into the nature of the person, be it yourself, your employee, your candidate, or whomever's profile that you might be looking at. Thanks for your attention. If you have any additional questions about some of the other nuances of the data sheet, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'd be more than happy to respond.